I think it's probably time for an update video. I haven't shot anything in a while, and the reason being is that it is stinking hot. It's been just really hot. So we've been, 95 Fahrenheit, give or take. I think we've cracked 100 a few times, but that's 35 degrees Celsius or warmer. Humidity is high, so with that our heat index has been 105 or more, which is about 41 degrees Celsius. And our nighttime lows have been about 78 degrees and about 95% humidity, which is 25 Celsius. So that kind of tells you how hot it's been. We haven't had much rain in the last month. A little bit here and there. We're kind of in the season where we get a lot of pop-up thunder showers, and unfortunately none of them have been hitting me. I hear them, I see them, they kind of go by. We got about 5 minutes of rain on the weekend, and that was it. They're calling for more chances of rain this week, so we will see. So I haven't been able to do much because it's very difficult to work in this, and when you don't have shade, it just amplifies it. Aside from the concrete being hot, you could actually feel the heat radiating off the grass. But look at my grass, it's still green. I can't figure it out. So we'll start over here. So I actually did do work in this garden. It was completely overgrown with weeds. So I have removed all the weeds. I have installed edging, some more steel edging, and remulched it. So these guys are looking floppy right now because it's about 2 o'clock. It's really hot. So that's the Jack's Giant Caucasian. These are my sad Canamusifolia. I'll be removing them this fall. I just didn't want to remove them. It's just going to look weird just having this elephant ear here. And everything else in here is doing pretty good. I put this Mojito Caucasia in there, and we have some of the actual tropical hibiscus. This was killed pretty much to the ground, but it's come back. And then we have some heliconia, red and pink. No flowers yet. And this is your Enset banana. Went in as a very small plant in the spring. I didn't realize how dry the soil was until I started working in here, and it was bone dry. So I've been trying to water. The ice cream or blue Java banana is now about 15 feet tall, getting quite big, and the bananas are coming along. So with bananas, you will get female flowers first, and then it starts putting out male flowers. So the female flowers turn into the bananas. The size of these guys. And then right now it's just putting out male flowers. It's almost done. You can see there's only a few more, I guess, flower sheaths. I'm not sure what you would call them to go. So yeah, just trying to clean this up. Just weeding alone is very challenging. Between that and cutting the grass, which I could cut it every 3 days, but I'm going a week in between cutting it, and it is not slowing down. Back over here to the new section. Things are growing. They're doing pretty well, actually. This is the Redemption, Caucasia Redemption. You can see it's about 4 feet or so. Just a little small plant when I put it in. It's doing quite well. It does get a little bit of shade. We got the Texas Star Hibiscus. This is a multiplex bamboo. This is the Silver Stripe, kind of like Alphonse Carr. Rajapuri banana, starting to put on size. One of my failures. I may have killed this Sabulura sana. It just makes me sick to my stomach to think about it. Sable Tomalepis is growing on well. This is an area that I've done a great job. Recently was able to weed it. I'm having problems with Bermuda and torpedo grass coming through, even though I sheet mulched. I was expecting that, but maybe not to the extent that it's coming through. Over here is my little palm nursery. Mostly sables. There's probably about 15 Trachycarpus in here, and there's a number of Boutea hybrids. But for the most part, there's probably a dozen types of sables growing in here that I haven't put in yet. And then these are some Fallifero. The one on the left came from another fellow palm grower, Marcus, and the one on the right, I collected the seed from Goodyear, Arizona, which is like a suburb of Phoenix when I was driving here when we moved. That one is from a palm at the Riverwalk in San Antonio. So I've been also repotting a lot of these sables into bigger pots because they're growing pretty well. The Livistonas are definitely moving. Just small plants this spring. And then Sable Mexicana, same thing. Probably my fastest growing sable. Really happy about that. And then here's more of the Texas Star Hibiscus. These are the red ones. The ones at the side are the white. This thing I can never remember the name of. Grows in Southeast Asia and parts of Australia. So my crazy elephant ear bed, this is a tough spot. It does tend to flood when we get rained. It gets very swampy, and it's clay soil. So I just threw in plants that I had for this year. Definitely need to do some work on it. I'm not really happy with the way it looks, but if there's one plant we can grow here, it's colocasias. These Jack's Giant just started getting a little bit of burn the last few days, and they are taller than me, if you can believe that. The leaves, I mean, they're not monstrous by any means, but that's just over 6 feet tall, that clump. Black sapphire geckos. This thing, probably one of the biggest surprises I've had this year. Tiny, tiny little plant, and it's over 5 feet tall, and just, it can take the sun, and it is just absolutely stunning. There's a blue one too. So this is one I would highly recommend. It is a clumper, but I do have some, I could separate this out. I'd like to spread that one around. We have the giant Mexican Turk's cap, taller than me, kind of spreading all over the place. Back there we have some of the Musa Valentina, which is the pink banana. We'll go over there in a second. Just kind of give you a shot. All of this is new, this area. The Tacoma stands or Esperanza, that stuff has really gone wild as well. We'll go back in here. Look at these pink bananas, they're pretty cool. Check that out. These were started as seed last year, taller than me. Then back in here, this is the wet area of my yard. It's a nectarine there. We got needle palms. We got some small pride of Barbados, lantana. We got some dwarf firebush. All sorts of good things. The Boutea odoratas, the Pindo palms have been growing very well for me. I have not watered them once, and they are one of the fastest growing palms in my yard this year. There's my very happy Sable Urasana in a much drier spot of the yard, and I don't water it. So that's kind of opposite of what the other one gets. It's in a more of a wet spot, and I don't water it either, but I think it's got a fungal issue going on here. Phoenix sylvestris, another plant that surprised me. This palm, they grow fast. Well, we overheated, so take two. This is the bed I was just beginning to show. All new this year. And obviously the big standout in this one is this Tacoma stands. It's called like Yellow Bells or Esperanza. It's actually a Texas native. Not to my area, but further west of me. And this thing has been blooming all year, ever since I planted it. Taller than me. It's really spreading. If we get real cold, it can get killed to the ground, but it's root hardy. And then we have everyone's favorite. We got some Hesperaloe, otherwise known as the red yucca. That actually is grass, Pennisetum. No name on it. And then over here, Phoenix sylvestris, very fast growing palm, surprisingly. Plumbago, with its blue flowers, loves the heat. Flamacanthus, this is another Texas native, not to my area, but further west of me. You can see the Gulf fritillaries like them. And just some interesting trees in here. That's they call that one Mexican bird of paradise. It's a small tree. We'll go over there in a second. Kind of come back here. This salvia, this is the Henry Dewelberg form of Salvia farinaceae. And I will say, although there's not many on it right now, which is kind of surprising, there's only a handful, #1 for bumblebees. They love this. And it's been blooming nonstop. Very, very heat tolerant. Kind of tucked away in here. It's getting eaten up by the lemongrass and that other grass there. There is a Phoenix canariensis, otherwise known as a Canary Island date palm, growing rapidly. Just a small plant last year, still strap leaf, and here we are. And this is where my behemoth palms are, Washingtonia robusta, otherwise known as the Mexican fan palm. And amongst that is mahogany hibiscus. But these things are just blowing up. We have giant lubber grasshoppers that like to chew on those leaves. That's why they don't look perfect. Camerops humulus, which I think I've killed. That seems to be a reoccurring theme here, killing palms. So, but anyway, these guys, 12 plus feet, easy, and they were completely defoliated in winter, if you can believe that. I'm actually having to remove. I'm gonna have to start removing these fronds. They're all laying on the ground, crushing other plants. Very fast growing in my climate, like amazing. This is a dwarf banana. I can't remember if it's Namwa or Orinoco. Can't quite remember. The Butia odorata that's really struggling. Got damaged in winter. Had stuff growing all over it, vines. Got rid of those. Had a huge fire ant nest, and it's just been kind of, it'll put out some good fronds and then it puts out bad. I don't know. Not sure it's going to make it long term. I hope it grows out of its funk. I don't know what else to do for it. I've sprayed it with copper fungicide. You can see some of the newer damage. And this is a blue butterfly bush. Don't know if you can make this out here. This is the new garden. You can kind of see the dead grass because I had something laying on it. So I want to plant another bamboo in there, and obviously another palm. So we'll just kind of quick look back here. My neighbor's palm got hit by lightning. Died within a week. So I'm likely going to have to shoot this in chunks because I'm sure my camera or my phone is going to overheat. So now we're on to what I planted last year. So this was all planted last year. There's very few new things in here actually, but doing pretty well. Obviously another Mexican fan palm, Agave Americana. There's a plumeria that's getting burnt, and a really nice hybrid Butia Yate crossed with Jubea chilensis. Another dwarf form of banana, either Namwa or Orinoco. And I've just trimmed back my Salvia Greggii. That's Sable Riverside. Really starting to put on size this year now. Ever since I started watering it, go figure, it's been growing faster. But we were getting pretty regular water to begin for most of the year until the last month or so. And there's some oleander, which doesn't really seem to want to flower, and a pomegranate. The biggest variegated yucca I think I've ever seen. And there is a Sable Lisa, over 5 feet tall, if you can believe that. And then this purple monster here is Doranta. It's a favorite of the pollinators. And at the back here, actually one of my favorite plants is this firecracker plant. And then right there, that's a Sable Blackburniana. Very fast growing. Just planted it this year. So these are doing really well. So the cool thing about this plant is where it touches, it tends to root. So I have multiple plants in here, so I'm just waiting until October so I can start transplanting them around the yard. There is the back of the house. I'm going to go over to the Bismarckia bed now. So here it is, Bismarckia nobilis. Pretty much looking flawless, amazing. And so this, if you recall, was the bed that was overgrown by the tetrapanics that decided to die when it got hot. So everything I put in here were just plants that I had. So we got the dwarf Mexican petunia, some mangaves, some dwarf fire bushes, and here are those tiny, tiny little colocasia, the Waikiki, that I put in maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago. And as you can see, they are really starting to fill out this area. I'm just going to go behind the pole here. And I said that within a month it would look good. And in another month you won't be able to see the ground. So look at the white on that. Very, very white palm. And here's where I spend a lot of my time, hiding out in the shade underneath the gazebo we put in. It's a bit of a mess right now because I don't have any shade and I have a lot of small plants. I've been propagating things and they need the shade, so it looks kind of messy, but this is where I hang out. Got a TV, we got tunes in here, got fans, so pretty comfortable spot. But this is all my propagations: Manahot, Grami, 2 types of clerodendron. One's the bungii or bungi, and the pagoda tree is what they call it. More elephant ears, spider lilies, different types of heliconia, some palms and random assorted stuff that I really need to get in the ground. And I even have some trachycarpus. So, and there's my workstation. So this is where I've been hiding out, spending a good chunk of the summer because it's too hot over there. Here we have the grill and smoker gazebo. That's a pretty good spot to hang out. And we're back into the older part of the yard. Everything was put in last year. This garden has been kind of struggling. It's very dry over here. I think that the live oak is really causing an issue. Volunteer ricinus, another Sable Riverside. We got some, Yucca rostrata, another Mexican fan palm, and some really beautiful, it's a type of hybrid hibiscus. Just hot pink. Blooms all summer. Some salvia. This area here, I'm gonna clean up. I actually want to join these 2 beds and remove this whole section of grass. Another cool down break. Overheated again. So I have my regular Turk's cap growing in here, probably about 8 feet tall in spots. and some Spanish moss. It is native to my neighborhood. We have trees that are absolutely covered in it. And something you don't think about is like, how does it spread? Well, wind. When we get these windy days, these small pieces, I know it's not pulling in here, they get blown up and the wind tosses them. I don't know if you can see these here. There's some right there. That's how it spreads. At least that's how I'm seeing it spread. There's little wisps of it all over. And this is a live oak. So it is one of the kind of natural host plants. There's some more right here. Anyway, back on to my established gardens. This is from last year. I actually had quite a bit of things dying here. I need to clean it up. I want to get rid of this verbena down here, which is pretty sad looking. Got some more oleander and some more salvia. There's a mule palm hiding back there. This is not as popular as the Henry Dulberg, although it seems to be getting a little bit better lately. Here's a better example of a firebush. Really awesome plant. I like these more and more. If it doesn't freeze, they will continue to grow. They actually can grow into small trees. Little needle palm here, some more lantana. And then down here, I haven't really done anything other than planting an apple banana and a needle palm. So that is future development area. One of my wonderful drains, because when we get rain, we get inches and we flood. So it's tough to see, but this is a big drainage ditch down here. So one of the things you really have to pay attention to with planting in a place like this is you need to understand where your water moves. So that is the update. Not a whole lot. We're just in maintenance mode right now. My neighbor's got some nice sable palmettos up there, which are showing up in my yard. So I do like that. Just walk slowly over here for the camera overheats. And my backyard here is, I guess if you subtract the house and the front yard, it's about 1/3 of an acre. So it's a fair amount, and with no big trees in the middle, boy does it get hot. But that is the update. I know it's a little bit of a longer video. Some people like them, some people don't. So watch what you want, skip the rest. You could only appreciate how hot it is here today. I really hope those guys develop into something. Really need the rain. I've been watering every day now in the last week. But just about everything looks good, not crispy or anything like that. So we're doing okay. I didn't go down there, but there's really no point. This is the August update, just waiting for mid-September, October, and I can start get cracking at it again, start planting some more palms and tackle all those weeds and things like that. People land on the Bismarck. Yeah, thanks for watching.